we're not in it for anything but making people happy with wellness. Like, we just want to see everyone happy in this room.
Katie, let it out with Katie. Let it out with Katie Dalebout, enthusiast and curator of people and ideas you need to hear.
Hey guys, it's me, Katie, your host. Welcome back to the podcast for this teeny tiny mini edition with the founders and hosts of the Good Fest, my friends Jess and Kate. And you're going to hear from them in just a second. It's a really short, teeny tiny interview that I was going to pop at the end of last week's episode just a couple days ago's episode with Jessica Mernan. If you haven't heard that one, full episode yet, definitely listen. I have been getting so much great feedback on that episode, and I love her so much. And she is one of the other speakers at the Good Fest. So if you aren't signed up already to come to the Good Fest in Philly, it is 2 months from today, the day I'm recording this. It is April 22nd, which is also my lucky number, 22. And if you want 10% off your tickets, simply use the code KatieDalebout10 for $10 off. I think I said 10%, but it's $10 off any ticket. So Katie Dalebout 10 for $10 off any ticket. I hope to see you guys there. I'm going to be doing a meetup for anyone living in Philly on Saturday night. I'm still figuring out where and what time and everything, but after the festival's over, I'm staying the night, and my friend Simi will be with me because she's coming with me, friend of the podcast. She's done the podcast multiple times, but we're going to be doing a meetup. So if you live in Philly and you're coming to the Good Fest and you want to hang out, or if you're coming in from somewhere else and you'll still be in town, we're going to be doing a podcast Let It Out meetup, and I can't wait to meet you guys there. And if you're not coming to the festival, I hope you are, but if you're not for some reason, you can still come to the meetup if you live in Philly or will be in Philly. So I'll give you details about that in the coming weeks. Make sure you're on my email list and you're in the Facebook group. That's where you'll find out. So anyway, I love you guys, and I just want to shout out this week's sponsor, CW Hemp, Charlotte's Web. They are so cool. I love their products so much. They, have no side effects. They're non-psychoactive. They're definitely worth a try, especially because you can get 10% off. That's where the 10% is. Yeah, 10% off their products if you use the code LETITOUT at checkout. So lots of different codes here this week, but definitely try them. I love them. They're a whole plant cannabinoid extract, and they just bring this sense of calm. They reduce exercise-induced inflammation. They improve focus. They're just really great. So try them out for 10% off. Use the code LETITOUT at checkout. And if you want to come to the Good Fest, for $10 off your ticket. Very confusing, all these codes. I can't even believe it, but all this information will be in the show notes. Anyway, you use my full name, Katie Dalebout 10, the number 10, at checkout for $10 off. And I don't know, it might even be sold out by now, but hopefully you can still come if you want to. And I love you guys so much. Here's my conversation with the founders of the Good Fest. It's really cool how this beautiful collage of a wellness wonderland of an event came to be. My old podcast, or this podcast, used to be called The Wellness Wonderland, and I really think that this event is a IRL version of Wellness Wonderland. I'm really excited about it. All right, I love you guys, and I will talk to you next week with the full episode. Bye! All right, so I have my friends Jess and Kate here, and I could not be more excited to talk to you guys. We've only talked maybe a handful of times in the last couple of months, but since then we've become good friends, I would say, in an internet sort of a way, and I'm going to be hanging out with them in person, and hopefully all of you listening, in April on the 22nd, which is my lucky number, and I cannot wait because you guys are the founders of the Good Festival. Yay!
We're so excited to have you, Katie, and that our phone call a couple of months ago has actually turned into something that people are coming to.
Oh my goodness, me too.
excited.
So psyched. It's literally going to be so much fun. I was telling them before we started recording, I was like, we just need to start recording because I am counting down the days to come and be a part of this amazing event and speak at it. And all of my friends from the internet and friends of the podcast are also going to be there. Jessica Mernan, who has been a 2-time podcast guest, Jordan Younger, the Balanced Blonde, is going to be there, and Talia from Party in My Plants, who's also been an early podcast guest, she's going to be there. Who am I missing, you guys? Who else is going to be there?
Katie Horwich.
Katie Horwich, yep, she's a podcast guest and a friend of mine. Who else is
Kristen
going to be there?
McGee. Kristen McGee will be doing Pilates.
Oh my goodness, I love Pilates. This is like literally, it's going to be the best day of my life. Like,
And
I'm not even
The
joking.
ultimate day, really. For wellness lovers, this is like our kind of day.
It really is. So I don't know if you guys know this, but the name of my old blog that I had for years was called The Wellness Wonderland.
Yes, I remember that.
Yes, and I feel like this day is IRL Wellness Wonderland. Like if I was ever to make a day and make a festival, that would be the Wellness Wonderland. You guys did it.
Wait, Katie, that's exactly what we did because we literally met in a coffee shop and said we wanted to build the perfect wellness day that we would want to spend all day at with our girlfriends. And that's been really our filter for this entire day is like, would we want to go to that? Yes or no? And if we wouldn't want to go to it or we wouldn't want that sponsor there or we wouldn't want to listen to that speaker, we're like, no, we're not going to do it.
Yep.
Wow, you guys are so cool. I have chills. You guys are just so awesome. So, okay, let's go back a little bit. I want to know who you guys are, where you are, how you guys met, and then how you found me. So let's start with who each of you are and how you guys met. You both are in Philadelphia?
Yes. We're both based in Philly.
Did you guys both grow up there?
I did. I grew up in the suburbs of Philly, and then Jess, you grew up here, right? Or no?
No, I grew up in the Wilkes-Barre-Scranton area in Pennsylvania and went to Temple University. So I've been here since 2002. I had a 2-year stint in New York City, but otherwise I've been in Philly.
Oh, nice. So who are each of you and how did you guys get into wellness? Whoever wants to start.
Yeah, so I'm Kate. I started my blog and Instagram account first, and that was kind of just a fun way to connect with people online. And I started really enjoying blogging and discussing the things that I like to talk about, which is really wellness. And that actually led me to Jess, who...
What is your blog called? Shout it out so everyone...
Oh, sorry. It's kailinit.com.
Love it.
Oh, Kailin' It. So she be Kailin' It. And we met on Instagram. So which is what we do these days. So I said, hey, Jess, let's meet, IRL. And she and I met for coffee and then became friends that way. And then I'll let Jess kind of tell you what she does.
How long ago was this?
Probably about 2 years ago. Right,
Okay.
Jess?
Yeah, it was about 2 years ago, but we didn't actually start planning anything together until August.
Yep.
Well, before we go over to Jess, so Kate, you have your blog, you come up with this concept. What led you to that? Have you always had an interest in wellness? Did you grow up, with healthy recipes and, what did you study and, do before you did the blog?
Yeah, good question. So I went to school for sociology, actually, and then started working in marketing at an advertising agency doing social media marketing for big pharma, so pharmaceutical and biotech companies. So I had always grown up, like my mom always ate pretty healthy, and I definitely knew of wellness and appreciated healthy food. I'd say that I didn't have balance, though. So I would eat really poorly or eat really healthy. Like there was no kind of middle grounds. I wouldn't say it was a lifestyle at all for me. It was just occasionally I would grab a green juice. So it really became a lifestyle after I was recovering from an eating disorder and looking to find that stability, not only in like my body image and how I felt about myself, but just overall my happiness and just my relationships, the joy that I was feeling every day. So that really led to finding other ways to cope, which ended up being wellness. And that led to meditation and mindful living and, of course, healthy food. So all of it is kind of a celebration of being well. So my blog was really about sharing that journey and showing others that it's possible.
Love all of that. And as you know, relate to so much of it as well.
Yes, definitely. Your story definitely resonated with me.
So you guys are friends. So now you are doing that, and now you at some point end up finding Jess, and you guys get coffee. But before we get up to that point, let's go now over to Jess and tell us, meanwhile, what are you're bopping around. You're in Philadelphia too. What kind of brings you into, what you do today?
Yeah, so I went to school for marketing and always had dreams of working for Food Network or another big company. And I did that, but it wasn't fulfilling for me. I felt like I was working on other people's brands that I wasn't super passionate about. And after 10 years of that, I decided to change careers because I was starting to eat better myself. I was one of those people who thought low calorie, sugar free, Splenda, all that junk was the way to feeling good and, looking good. And I was always sick. I was always bloated and I couldn't figure out what the problem was. And I just started getting into more whole foods. Shocker. And that really changed my life. It made me feel so much better. I wasn't feeling bloated every time I ate something. I wasn't always at the doctor's office trying to figure out what was going on with my digestion. And I wanted to share that with other people because my friends and family started getting really interested in it. And so I went to school for health coaching with the Institute for Integrative Nutrition as I was commuting back and forth between New York City and Philly, making the move back here. And I started my health coaching practice, Health Coach Philly, a couple years ago while working full time. And I said to myself, when I have a child, I want to just be able to do this full time. And so when my daughter was born almost 2 years ago, I went full time into coaching. And so I work with women one-on-one on living this balanced lifestyle. It doesn't have to be all or nothing, and it doesn't have to be calorie counting or counting anything really. It's just about listening to your body and eating as close to the earth as possible and taking care of yourself. And then I wanted to be able to do more. So I wanted to be able to do more than just the one-on-one coaching and get into some events and things like that. And that's when Kate and I started talking.
That's amazing. So take me back to that day. You guys meet on Instagram. You decide to get coffee. How does that go? I've done it several times, meeting people on the internet and then meeting in person, but I always love hearing the story. So how did that go down?
Well, yes. we met and then we were just friends for like a year, like through the internet. We didn't really do anything more than that. And then in August, we got coffee again because we were both like
coffee.
Yeah, we were like, no, really, let's do something together this time. And we had coffee. We both came with ideas to the meeting, like literally a list of like a couple of things that we had been talking about. And two of those ideas were the Good Festival and the Good Society. The Good Society is our online membership program where you can join our Facebook group and you get access to our recipes that we take pictures of. And, we're always in the forum talking to women about their days or how to, get ready for the week or bring in self-care. And then we like to write a lot of really fun documents about the bullshit that's in the wellness world or, why skinny latte isn't healthy for you or, dry brushing, like what is it? So we have a lot of fun with those documents seasonally. And then the other one was the festival, which, Kate, I'll let you talk about.
Yeah. So to answer your question too, Katie, we did have kind of that year period where we stayed in touch. And I remember I always thought Jess was really good vibes because whenever I would post something new that was going on with me, she'd say that's awesome, congrats. She was always really supportive. And even though we had just kind of known each other through just this common Instagram account, so I thought that was really cool. So when we did finally decide to meet up and work together, I just knew that we had very similar ideas of what wellness meant to us and what we wanted to kind of promote our brands as individuals, and I felt like they were cohesive.
Thanks, Kate. I agree.
Yeah, so I remember being really excited for this meeting. So we met up and Jess is just like, okay, I want to start an online membership, which she just described. And I said, totally, I think that's perfect. That was kind of what I was thinking too. And then she was like, and I want to start a wellness festival. And I was like, okay, shit, let's do it. And we just got right to work pretty much immediately on it because we both felt like it was something our city really needed. We were excited to bring it to Philadelphia. We know how much the wellness community is just vastly growing. It's evolving every day. We see new studios, new awesome healthy food restaurants all the time. So we know that the women here love it. And we also felt like because there's this really strong online community of awesome supportive women, we wanted to get them in the same room together. So that was kind of the reason and the mission behind Good. And then obviously that led us to find women like you, Katie, who were also supportive of what we believe wellness is and what it should be defined as, or maybe not defined as. It's defined by the individual. So we think it's definitely going to be a different kind of wellness event. It's not about calories. It's not about boot camps or anything like that. It's really about community and togetherness.
Oh, I want to cry. I am so grateful this exists, and even more grateful that I get to go, much less be a part of it. Oh my gosh, I couldn't. Yeah. I'm just so excited right now.
We're so grateful for you guys who believed in us when it was like really just starting. Like, I know now, we're excited because people are talking about attending, but you guys heard it first, and the fact that you were on board and saw it was like so. I remember Jess and I, after every call, were like, "Oh my God, she's in! Can you believe it?"
We're like, "Oh my God, believe in us!" Like when we just had like crumbles of ideas put together. Like, you guys are the OG. We love you guys for believing in this idea and wanting to be a part of it.
Of course. No, I could just tell from your energy, and like I just wanted to be friends with you guys, much less be a part of whatever you're doing. Because you're killing it.
Yay!
So how did you guys decide to name it the Good Fest?
It was really hard, but
it was.
We basically went away.
Name. I love it.
We went away for like 2 weeks and then met again at this little coffee shop in South Philly and like had a couple of names, and we were just like, good. Like, it's just all encompassing of how we want people to feel when they're exposed to our brand. Like, good can mean so many different things. It can mean a lifestyle. It can mean movement. It can mean food. It can mean wine if you want it to. I mean, it's really just such an amazing word. And so we also like simplicity and just being able to call it good instead of, I don't know, the super Instagrammable healthy wellness event.
Right.
Was important to us.
Oh, cool. Well, what are you guys most excited about with this event? And tell us like all the details. Well, first tell us what you're most excited about, and then we'll get into the details. Each of you, maybe, if you have something different.
I'm honestly excited just to meet, first off, our speakers, you guys in person. I haven't met you guys yet face to face, so I'm really excited about that. I'm excited about, honestly, just kind of watching, this sounds silly, but like watching like the energy and the experience of our attendees. Like, I'm really excited to see them have fun. Mm-hmm. And I know that's like, we've been working really hard, so I'm just really excited to see that day and what that's like for them, and to see them participating and learning from you guys and enjoying every second of it, because we've kind of created this entire, all day experience for them that I really hope is impactful.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I literally want to be able to hug everyone that walks in the door. I don't think that's going to be possible, but Kate and I are just so connected to the women that we work with and that we, have coming to this festival, that we're just so excited to see everyone enjoy the day. Like, we just want everyone to leave that day and be like, that was the best day ever. We were just working with an agency on another project. They're helping us with some messaging, and we like left the meeting crying because we just couldn't believe that we built something that is, becoming a reality. So, we're not in it for anything but making people happy with wellness. Like, we just want to see everyone happy in this room. And as cliche as that sounds, it's so true.
Totally.
Oh, well, that makes me happy. So mission accomplished of 1.
Yay.
Let's get granular and tell everyone, like, let's get into the agenda a little bit. Let's name out all of the speakers and exactly kind of like what they're talking about, and really tell people, what this day entails from start to finish.
Jess, do you want me to do the AM and then you take PM?
Sure, go for it.
So everyone will arrive and they will head on to their yoga mats. And then we'll have a Pilates session led by Kristen McGee, who's, first off, an amazing mom of now twins, and she's killing it. Talk about killing it. She looks amazing.
I'm gonna be so starstruck.
Well.
I just want to let you know right now. I love her. Like, I've loved her for years, so I can't even believe that she's gonna. I mean, of course I can believe it because your festival's amazing. But like when I saw she was gonna be there with me, I'm like, oh my gosh, so amazing. And I love Pilates, so very excited for that.
Totally, she's been in this world forever, and she's so reputable and awesome. So she's also so sweet. Like, she's always been really, really kind to me, and without even knowing me, and I just think that's really cool. But anyway, so that's first, and then we'll lead into a yoga class taught by Jordan Younger of the Balance Bond.
Previous podcast guest. We love her.
Yep. Really fun energy, and I'm excited for that. And then that will lead into a meditation led by Cassandra Bodzak. Meditation, visualization, discussion on mindfulness. I think mindfulness, meditation, those kind of things can be very like out there for some people. It's very new. So rather than strictly having you meditate for the full session, we are going to allow time for Q&A and time for some discussion so that you can actually practice this on your own as well. And so that's kind of the first portion, which will then lead into a green juice social. So everyone grabs a green juice and their swag bag, and they can head into our marketplace and have some fun there and check out the brands that are participating. We have brands that are nationally recognized, some local brands, which are awesome too. And it's going to be a really fun little marketplace to like sample and buy some cool products.
Fun.
Yep. And then, Jess.
Yeah, so the marketplace will be open all day. We're going to have a DJ in there. It's going to be really high energy. And then in the other room where yoga and Pilates took place, we're going to transform that into our seated area. So we're going to start with Jessica Mernan. So she's going to do our first session. Yay. And she's going to do kind of like a simple guide to eating real, like taking it one meal at a time. Like, her book is a perfect example of this. Like, just get plants in sometimes. You know what I mean? Like, how can you just do something to make yourself feel better? She's, so down to earth and real. And I think this is really an approachable way to healthy eating. It doesn't have to be all or nothing. So we're very excited for that. And after that, that's going to lead us into lunch. So we have lunch coming in, sponsored by Snap Kitchen. And everyone can partake in the lunch. It's a full hour and a half. So you have time to browse the marketplace, meet new people. And then we also have some VIP sessions that are available. So you can sign up to have a little bit more one-on-one time with some of the speakers who are coming that day in these breakout sessions that are limited to 15 people.
Cool. Am I doing one of those? I forget what we decided.
You're going to be on the panel.
Oh, nice. I'm excited.
Getting into. So then we're going to move into your session, actually.
Oh, yay. Hi.
Joy and finding your happiness through creativity, which obviously you're the expert on. So you're free to say anything else about that if you want now, or we can just keep going through the agenda.
I'm going to say let's make it a surprise, also because I don't know exactly what I'm saying yet.
Perfect.
But it's going to be amazing. I can tell you that much.
To know everything right now, but we're very excited for that as well. And then that moves us into our panel. So you, Katie, are on the panel, as well as Kimmy Smith, who works in fashion with a lot of athleisure kinds of looks and brands, actually. Sarah DeVello, who is a yoga teacher, and Gian Dougherty, who owns Organic Bath Co. And so this panel brings in natural beauty, joy, journaling, yoga, movement, apparel, and we really just want to get kind of like behind the scenes, like real life routines. How do you live your good life every day? Like, what are some actual routines and things that you do behind the scenes to make this a reality? Because it's kind of like when you're walking around the city at night and you can see like how people decorate their houses. Like, it's interesting. And I think, instead of having a panel that's just, kind of like up in the clouds, you're not really relatable. We want to give people like solid information on like how you live your life, so they can walk away with Oh, okay, that makes sense.
Love that. I love the tangible takeaways. All
Yeah,
about that.
absolutely. Then we have, we'll have some breaks into the day so that you can step out to grab coffee. We're gonna have cold brew coffee available, or like obviously there's lots of beverages in our marketplace, or water. Obviously, we'll have available as well. Snacks, obviously, throughout the whole day because we are always hungry. And then that will lead us.
We love snacks in this family.
Yeah. So do we. Kate always have snacks. So we were like, we need literally snacks like every hour of the day.
I called Jess about like 10 times in this planning process. So I was like, I still think we need more snacks.
Perfect. That makes me feel very cozy and taken care of.
Good. And then, we're going to move into like our closing remarks and our final session, which is led by Katie Horwich. So, you learned.
She's the perfect person to bring it
right?
home.
Yeah.
She's going to kill it.
So you learned all this amazing stuff today. Like, what are you going to take with you? How are you going to celebrate your everyday and move forward and make yourself a priority? And we think she can really pump everyone up to get to that point where you just take something away and you're going to do it. And then we're going to celebrate with a celebratory toast, non-alcoholic celebratory toast, but it will still be fun.
Oh my gosh. Is it tomorrow yet? Like, I can't wait to go to this. It's going to be so much fun. Thank you for hosting it. Thank you for inviting me. I love all of your branding and marketing and design is just so beautiful. Like, I love promoting about it because I love just like having it in my feed because it's so beautiful. I'm going to be like wanting to promote it when it's over. I'll be ready for next year. I hope this is a yearly thing. Do you guys think you want to move towards that? Or are you just trying to get through this one first?
No, we'll definitely be doing this again and hopefully taking it to other cities too. So
Yay! Well, I hope I get to always be involved and
absolutely. You're an OG, Katie.
Yes. Oh my gosh. I am so grateful. You guys are just so cool. So how do people get tickets? And I believe I have a discount code for people. Does that still work for $10 off?
Yep, still works.
Okay, so it's Katie Dalebout 10 is my discount code where people can get $10 off their tickets, and it's on April 22nd all day long in Philadelphia. And where do people go to get the tickets? I'll have the link in the show notes, but anything else they need to know?
Yeah, so it's thegoodfest.com/tickets. Pretty easy. And we did just release a new ticket because we sold out of our full day really quickly.